I'm like a little kid on Christmas right now. I'm so excited about planting these seeds and I'm excited about sharing it with you. So, what I got going right now, I've got my seed trays out, got my Sharpie pen, my craft sticks, I'm going to use as a marker of what's where. I've got all my cheat sheets that I've started, and I've added a lot to the list since I said I was organized, and I've actually done a lot more since my live 3 days ago when I said that I had got organized. I got a little more organized than that. And so, um, right now, I'm just picking through my seeds, and I've pretty much already got listed what I want where, but I bought another tray as well because I figured I might want a little more than I had originally planned. And I got some flowers. I got some zinnias, some snapdragons, and some petunias. So I'm also going to plant those in here with these. So I'm probably going to put this on a time lapse, but I'm just going to sort through my seeds and see about, like, I'm going to go ahead and place them. So I've got pretty much everything listed, but I'm going to sort through it and make sure I got it figured out. Okay, so far, what I have laid out here is kale, cabbage, lettuce, which romaine lettuce, giant Caesar lettuce, spinach, mint, broccoli, zinnias, snapdragons, petunias, sunflowers, yellow sweet Spanish Utah onions, Walla Walla onions, evergreen bunching onions. I've got some Roma tomatoes. I got some red cherry tomatoes, some beef steak tomatoes, um, jalapeno and green bell pepper, zucchini, radish. I've got a couple of different squashes. I want to do my spouse wants to try some spaghetti squash. He says you can make noodles out of those, so he's wanting to try that. Um, so I'm not gonna. Those are experimental. I'm just gonna do like two of those, and then um, straight neck squash. Let me see if that's what this is. Pretty sure we have these from last year. Yeah. And then some cucumber. So last year we did our cucumber and we just did it in a big pot and it worked out really well. So I might not do a whole bunch of cucumber because we had almost like it ran down our porch in cucumber just from that one plant that we planted. So I might do 2 or 3 of those, but we were pretty good with cucumbers last year. So, but all of this is experimental. I've never grown anything from seed inside before. So I'm really hoping that I have a good production. But like I said, I'm not going to exhaust all my resources into the seed trays. That way, if worst comes to worst and none of this takes, then I will still be able to have a garden this year and not have to rebuy all of these seeds. So, yeah, let's get started. I need to fill up these trays with some mix. Got my seeds trays filled up. I have one more thing I want to do before I get started planting these seeds. I'm going to go ahead and put my vinyl down. Um, my lovely old man brought me home a strip of vinyl, and I'm going to lay it down at the base of this. If you haven't seen my seed starting video, this is where my seeds are going. And I'm going to put a piece of vinyl. My hands are dirty. I'm trying not to handle them. I'm going to put a piece of vinyl all the way along the way here. And I'm going to go ahead and bump on the heat on the seedling starting trays while I'm doing that so that my medium can warm up really good. Okay, got our vinyl here. Handy dandy heater. Where are you? Oh, here it is. Here. Let's go ahead and plug that in. And we can put the chopstick down. My helper is here. Hey. Hey. She has done with all her schoolwork for today, so she can help me. Good job. You did good.
Thank you. Until before 1.
Yeah, she's got a live lesson at 1, but I'm sure we'll be done well before that.
Yeah.
But you're done with all your work.
Yes.
All right, let's see what we got here. Go get me some scissors, would you, love?
Yes.
All right, pick up these trays for me.
Yes.
Yeah. There's our zip ties. You think you can shimmy this on there?
Yes.
Got my vinyl down here. I'm thinking, okay, so this is my thought process on this. 1, it will reflect light better. I don't know if you can see that, but it will reflect light better than the wood would. The wood would.
The wood would.
The wood. It will reflect light better than the wood would. Okay, so for 2, I'm thinking it will reflect heat, or at least absorb heat better. I don't know. All of this is experimental, so, but I'm just thinking more than this wood floor. That would be better. Like, I can already feel the temperature difference between the floor and the vinyl. So that's my thought process on that. So, and for 3, it'll be less messy. If I'm watering or if I'm just messing in it, you know, it'll be, instead of on my floor, it'll be on a piece of vinyl. So. Ready to plant some seeds? Ready to plant some seeds?
Let's step it.
Right.
Let's do this.
Super stoked. Okay, here we go. First things first, dino kale.
That was 5 in my evil eyes.
You can turn that light back on if you want to. All right. That's that. Then, it's 5 to 10 days to germinate. We shall see. Cabbage. Yummy. Early golden acre cabbage. Is there one in here? There is. There's one in here. It was trying to hide from us. Waste no seed. It's like, no! No, I won't go! I don't want to grow food! Okay, there it is. I've been looking forward to this, like, all winter. I'm sprinkling 1 or 2 in here. Hopefully it won't, like, grow a bush. But hopefully it will grow something. Uh-oh.
I've got the next one.
Oh. Wait. Oh, we gotta stay focused here. I don't know. Might have missed one. We don't want to miss any. We've already got all our little labels here.
So we know which one will be next. Or just in case we do get these packets out of order, we'll know which one will go next.
Yeah, and we'll know what's planting there.
Okay, so the next thing we're planting is lettuce.
Let's
And
go ahead and
it's
cover these ones up.
Giant Caesar.
Giant Caesar lettuce, yes. I didn't mean to interrupt you. But I'm going to go ahead and cover these that we already planted, and that way we're not, yes.
That's what we're planting.
Alright, and you don't want to pack it down too hard. You just want to kind of cover it up.
They're tiny. You want to do them?
Look like a microscopic sunflower seed. This is a Caesar lettuce.
Yes. So what we have next is the Romaine.
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 Yes. No, not romaine tomatoes.
I mean, romaine.
Not
lettuce.
Roma tomatoes, but romaine lettuce, yes.
So this is what we are planting now. Well, after that, of course.
Yeah.
Which it looks like she's done. So okay, there's not one up top, so we can just turret.
Turret. Turret.
Maybe there was a seed.
Uh-oh.
It's
It's okay.
right here.
We'll keep all these little tops in case there's any pertinent information that we're tearing off.
Okay, I put one in the
These
top
are
one.
like, look, it's still not off all the way.
I put one in there.
Okay. That'll probably be the best one.
They're
You just put one in.
tiny. I guess all seeds are tiny.
It's crazy how these tiny little things make such big food. Teeny tiny. Can't even hardly get it.
What are we planting in this room?
Petunias. We're not there yet. I don't want to spoil a surprise. I'm just kidding. I'm pretty sure I listed off everything at the beginning of the video.
Probably. Okay, so
Next up,
would be spinach. Says it's an heirloom variety.
alright.
Okay, so now that we're done with the spinach, we have broccoli.
Turret. Turret.
And again, the top's not all the way.
You got it, dog. You got it.
I see both over it. Get it.
Like I said, we'll keep all this off the back of it. Like this. In case we need to read any of that.
You see that here?
See? Oh. Are you wanting some more? Sorry, go ahead. Start at the second one. I've already put one. I've already posted one. There's a seed right there. There you go. Okay, go ahead and put them in, and then we'll cover them after you put them in. That should be enough. Make sure you're not dropping any. You dropped one. Make sure this is the same seed. Yeah, it is the same seed. Like, why is there a banana growing in our broccoli? Wait, we're not even growing. We can't do that.
I wish we could.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Oh, you got more left?
Yes, sir.
Broccoli? Dropping them. It's right there.
Okay.
Well, if we can get the pipe up, let's go back. Good job. You did good.
Next is the mint.
Wait. No, next is collards.
Where's the collards?
This is just what we stored them in. Some of these might be turnips too, to be honest with you. We'll see. We just stored them in a separate container and marked them, but we don't know exactly what variety or.
So we're doing multiple now.
We got these from my mom. Did I put one in this one? Are you sure?
Actually,
One on this one?
you already did that one.
Just to be sure. Well, if more grows in it, we can thin them out.
Now for the mint.
We got a 15 by 62 foot spot this year, so we got plenty of place to put them if we want. If it does grow more than one.
It says great for pollinations. Of course, I can't do that in here because we don't have any bees.
Great for pollinators, but yeah, all of this is going outside, buddy.
Yes, but still.
We're just starting it in here. We're not gonna have. Look at how small these mint seeds are.
Nope.
Wow. I think I'll probably just do these out. They can't even see what we're doing. Here, turn that light off. But then I can't see what I'm doing.
Okay.
Did I pour in there? No, they haven't even started coming out yet. What do you mean you don't care? One's gotta go in there. Okay, this is not working. They don't seem to want to come out of there.
I'll do it.
This is what you do, so they can see what we're doing. You can shine a flashlight so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, there we go. Now some got in there. Ooh, lots got in there. We're so little. I mean, you can't even. Okay.
Next for the Petunias. Show you these real quick.
They know what petunias are.
Still.
But I appreciate your enthusiasm. These are too tiny too. I've always cheated with flowers. I always bought, either people gave them to me or I bought some that was already started. I've never grown any flowers from seed. So, and I love flowers.
So, next we are doing some snapdragons.
These will be mixed color sunflowers.
Have something?
Yeah.
These aren't as small, so they're better.
Can you see? We should have did this on the top of the table.
Probably. There we go.
Is that all of them?
Yes. And did not want to.
And then we can direct sew some of these. We'll start them in April.
So the next one would be zinnias.
Which we took some zinnia that had went to seed and we sprinkled it all in our flower bed. So we'll see if anything comes of that. My flower bed's mulched. So
If they do come up, we'll most likely show you.
oh yeah, most definitely. I'll have to show off my flower bed when I'm working in it and what comes of it and everything. Hopefully I'll be showing you the abundance that comes from this. Perfect. After I water them, I will put the dome on them. Hopefully the dome will fit with popsicle sticks. I tried to plan that out properly. Alright. Yellow sweet onions. Walla Walla onions. Let me know if I missed one. These are evergreen bunching onions. Oh, you had to get on your live lesson? I guess it's okay if you ditch me for school. That's an acceptable reason. Next we have beefsteak tomatoes. Roma tomatoes. Red cherry tomatoes. I'm going to try my hand at salsa this year. You know, I've got my cilantro, chives, and basil growing there. I'm going to do 4 grand bells and 2 jalapenos. Maybe. Make that 2 grand bells. And I don't even know if these seeds are any good. Make that 2 grand bells and 4 jalapenos. Because those seeds were kind of old. These seeds, these jalapeno seeds, we actually saved from jalapenos. So hopefully they will grow us some jalapenos. That's pretty neat. Free seed. Zucchini. Yummy. Zucchini. I love food, but I mean, wow, it's huge. Maybe maybe this is one of the ones I should direct sow. But we're gonna try it anyway. Like I said, all of this is experimental. I believe zucchini and squash are supposed to direct sow, but you know, I do what I want. No, I'm just gonna see how this does. Like I said, this is all experimental. I just want to see what can be done and what maybe shouldn't be done and do differently next time. See, I have plenty left to still direct sow. Well, you can't see, but there's plenty in there if I don't spill them on the ground. Radishes. Last year, when our spot was plowed up, it was done with a tiller that's really meant for after a spot's plowed up to just break up the dirt and stuff. So it was not quite deep enough, and we have like that red clay in our dirt here in Alabama. Well, where I'm at, I don't know about everybody else, but we have like this red clay in our dirt, so it's already really hard to grow in. That's why we grow in a lot of planters, and we want to grow some above ground beds because it's just so hard to grow in the ground here because of that red clay. And this year, um, I was blessed with someone coming to plow up a spot, and on that plow is like 3 or 4 foot these things on the back of the plow that goes down in the ground and then just pulls it all up. And then he came through with a disc and chopped it all up and everything. So pretty much all I got to do is get out there with a hoe and dig up my rows and, you know, get some fertilizer in there. We'll be good to go. I think I'm going to use my fertilizer from the chickens, like my compost fertilizer. I'm going to use all of that in, last year I used my compost in the bed, but I only had an 8 by 10 foot bed last year in the ground. Now I have a 15 by 62 foot bed in the ground. So I'm gonna save my compost that I've been doing for our potted stuff. Like we do cucumbers in the pot and in a pot, and then we did tomatoes last year in planters, but we'll be doing some things in planters. We haven't. I think we want to do our lettuces and cabbages and things in the planters where we can have it in the shade sun. I don't know if that's full sun, but like I said, these things are experimental. You'll find out what's better for your location. I'm no expert, obviously, or I wouldn't be experimenting. But you know, depending on your location, will be what if things do better in certain locations or not. So, and whether it's better in the sun or better in the shade, it just depends on what kind of climate, I believe, because you don't want it to be scorching. And I've come to find out that anything leafy, like last year, tomatoes are supposed to be in full sun, and last year we put ours in a spot where it just got morning sun and then it was shaded the rest of the day, and they grew about as tall as the house. So, and the two tomatoes that we put out in the ground, they didn't even grow, and they got full sun all day until the sun went down. So, it's all experimental, and the more we practice, the more we see what works and what doesn't, and I think that's kind of the gist of all this. Hopefully we'll have it down by the time we have our own property and are really to really be able to have a homestead. I feel bad about even labeling this a homestead because it's really not ours. We rent it and we've only lived here 3 years. But I just mean as far as growing the food and having the things. I have chickens, I have garden, I do all the things. This is my homestead for now. We obviously would like to have something that is our own. And, it's kind of discouraging at times when it's not your own because you don't want to put but so much work into somewhere that you don't know how long you'll be here. But we're considering it good practice. That way when we do have our own land in our actual homestead, we'll have a lot of practice under our belts. We'll know a lot better than before we did all this about, what to do and what not to do. And we'll be kind of ahead of the game, That's how I see it. Just keep my head up and say, count my blessings, say thank you, Lord. So that was cucumber, and he wants to try some spaghetti squash, so I'm going to do it. When I get these bigger seeds out like this, it just seems like they would be better direct sown or put in a cup to start with, but I have no idea, so we'll see. I can always take, if these grow to size before they're ready to go outside, I have solo cups prepared to be able to transplant them into so that they don't get root down before it's time for them to go outside. What I don't want to do is jump the gun on taking them outside and then they die because of the frost that I'm sure will be here before April. Okay. All right, I'll have to get all those. I have everything organized in a little box here, and I will have to get all that back organized. But that's that. I need to get my spray bottle. I need to fill up. I'm gonna fill up some water in the bottom a little bit, and I'm gonna get my spray bottle and just spray these at the top. And then I'll put my humidity dome on. Now all I have left to do is clean up. But I'm pretty stoked. So hopefully we will come back and see something in these.